Ladies and gentlemen, this is At the Moment,
with Spike.
and Angel X of 1330, and today we have a very special guest, Hourglass. Introduce yourself, guys.
I'm Kyle. I play bass.
I am Daniel. I play guitar.
I'm Nathan. I also play guitar.
Our singer Adam and our drummer Dan couldn't be here with us today, but they send their love to you guys.
They're too cool for interviews.
They're too cool for interviews.
So, how have you guys been today, recently?
Oh, today, man, great. Took a nap. Went to Guitar Center.
Went home, took a nap.
Went home.
Went
took
back to
another
Guitar
nap.
Center.
Just rinse and
Played
repeat.
some Cyberpunk, dude. It was pretty good.
Dude, Cyberpunk is where it's at, man.
Yeah.
It's been pretty good.
I've just been playing Apex. I'm just trying to
I've
grind
been
all
playing
that.
So
Skyrim, man.
basic.
I'm basic, okay.
One more note, the podcasts are recorded a week in advance, so everything that happens tonight will be posted next week, so on and so forth. So, where do we start? Let's see. When did you guys get started?
All right. So we started technically in November of 2019. It was just Adam at first, basically. So like he added me on Facebook, just out of the blue, and he's like, "Hey man, haven't seen you in a while. You still playing?" I'm like, "Yeah, I've been dabbling a little bit." And he's like, "Well, I got a drummer, man. You wanna jam sometime?" I was like, "Okay, cool." Got together with this other dude who was playing guitar, with drummer Dan and Adam, and yeah, the just started jamming on what became the first song, which was Failsafe. Then things didn't work out with that guitar player, scheduling issues and stuff, so I ended up picking up the guitar and playing that. But secret about me, I hate playing guitar. Hate it. Absolutely hate it.
You feel like you've written most of our songs.
It happens. Don't worry about it. And yeah, I was like, all right, I need to do something about this. So I asked a couple friends, asked around a little bit, and my roommate turned me on to Dan here. And I think, what was it, like June?
It was like towards the start of quarantine.
Yeah, so yeah, pretty much.
That's all I know.
That seems to be when everything started.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like,
It was like, we're going to do such huge things. Lockdown.
yeah.
Crap.
Yeah. So basically quarantine started, and then I got introduced to him. He came over. We jammed for like, we ended up jamming for like 4 hours, but I knew within the first 10 minutes, like, this dude's in. Like he dazzled me with some We Came as Romans, I think.
Okay,
Yeah, it was like that, or like some Miss Mayfire or something.
Oh,
I don't know.
yeah.
Or Memphis Mayfire, yeah. So
Miss
Miss
Mayfire.
Mayfire.
yeah. I pulled out the tricks, you know.
Pulled out some chops,
Yeah,
you know?
I wanted to show off a little bit, you know.
And I was like, well, this song has a power chord.
Ooh, fancy.
Ooh, fancy. Yeah, but like at that time, like I had 3 songs written.
About that, yeah.
Yeah. And then a couple months later, July, Adam I'm like I'm still playing guitar, and like I really don't want to be. And I'm like, Adam, do you know anybody? He goes, yeah, I'm in this band with, I think you were in it.
Yeah.
Angel. And then he's like, this kid named Nate. I'm like, bring him along. Let's see what happens. I guess. Bring him along. I guess.
If that's the best we can do.
Pretty much.
I mean, that's kind of how the practice went down. It was like, well, he's better than nobody. So,
Hey, that's why we got you on drums.
In my defense, I didn't play a whole lot because I didn't know anything.
no, he didn't know like any of our music, but like he played like some of Avenged Sevenfold solo, and I thought, all right, that's pretty cool, I guess.
Probably.
At least he can play some notes.
Yeah.
That-
He goes like, guys, like this is an arpeggio.
It's like better than settling, but not quite.
Can both bands just admit that we settled just for what we could get, and it was Nathan?
Yeah.
Wow, I'm surprised you didn't bring me to
But
the
like,
mix.
all
You
jokes
too.
aside, like Nate's like he's stepped it up like hardcore for us, especially like recently. Like we're working on a new song that's like mostly him, and it's like at the moment it's like my favorite.
It's
fun song.
definitely one of my
It's fun song.
Yeah,
favorites.
it's super fun to
It
play.
is. I mean, you guys have modified it, but
I mean, whatever, dude. Like, don't worry about that. The
It's-
core of the song is
it's very fun.
yeah.
Dan would not stop wanting to play it during last practice. Just like, can we play it again?
Yeah, can we do it
guys?"
again? And I was like, okay, but we have to cut this breakdown out because
Was that one that you actually wrote, or
What happened was I brought them some riffs that were not in the right key or in our sound. They were more of like a thrashy. All my stuff is very thrashy.
it was very Atreyu.
Very Atreyu. So I brought it to them, and what they did was they modified it to fit our key in more of a metalcore tone.
Yeah.
so
So
they're
they-
making you better?
Yes.
Yeah.
Essentially, basically, they took my riffs and made them hourglass riffs.
tweaking the
you go.
ideas so that way it has a more
That way it
cohesive
fits the
sound.
band. Yeah.
But they keep the same basic sound that I had.
Yeah.
All right.
So the core is there, and that's what's important. So got him in, and then ever since like we're just we practice every
We
like at
kinda
least
hit the
once a
ground.
week.
We kind of hit the ground running.
Yeah,
from
we
there.
just went for it.
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
So
Speaking of Hourglass, where did the name come from? What's the meaning behind the name?
Okay. So the name ultimately came from me, Adam, and Dan in the original group chat. We're just like tossing around like band name ideas, and like one of them that like I was like really advocating for was like Sharks Above, Vultures Below.
Wasn't
like,
that the original name for Failsafe?
that was the original name of Failsafe? Yeah.
That sounds like a play on words of that movie, As Above, So Below.
Basically, yeah. That's one the drummer came up with. He's big into like punk rock, so like he's just like yeah. And then Adam had one Hourglass Confessions is what it was, and I'm like, that's cool. Doesn't mean anything necessarily. And I just like latched on to just the word hourglass, and I was like, what does that like mean to us? It's like, okay, it's like the passage of time and
Like where you
Like,
came from and
yeah,
where you're going.
exactly.
kind of
Like that's exactly it. So I was like, okay, let's like cut the confessions part. And I was like,
Yeah.
but like Adam was like really adamant on the confessions thing. So like the EP that we're gonna be working on, the current title is Confessions.
Okay.
So we're keeping that around, and then so we stuck with Hourglass, and then it just kind of stuck, man. Like it's short, it's easy to remember.
And 6 other bands have it.
Six other bands had it.
But we're the best.
We're the best.
So it's like mainstream
as far
metal.
as I know.
As far as I know, there may be.
And then like we have that slash in the middle of our logo.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, that's what
basically
makes the difference.
yeah. Well, so like the slash symbolizes the divide between the time spent in the bottom of the hourglass and the time remaining in the top. The area right in the middle. That's where you are, like right here, right now, living in the moment, and that's the most important, the most crucial part of your life, right? Is like where you are.
Yeah.
So like, don't worry about where you've been. Just live in the here and now, man. Like that's.
Yeah, there you go.
That's
like a
like
Kill
the
Switching Game
best.
song.
That's like one of the best descriptions of what a band name means that I ever fucking heard.
Yeah.
Dude,
Yeah.
like my band name came from a Hailstorm song.
Hailstorm's tight though, man. Like.
But so where did you guys get started at?
Like
Like the place.
Like-
and where
We're
everything
from
came together.
Wichita, Park City, Hutch.
so I'm from Wichita.
I think everyone's from Wichita except for drummer Dan.
No,
you're from
he's
Derby.
He's from Derby.
From Derby.
Yeah, no, from Wichita, man. I started playing in bands when I was 17. I started off doing vocals.
Kyle does some sick blaz.
Yeah, I got some bleh! I got the
Great
rage in me.
tryout for
There you go.
Motionless and White.
Yeah,
There you go.
Every other word.
Yeah. Yeah, like I'm 31 now, so I've been around
Wow. So
long time.
you're kind of like the grandfather of the band.
I'm not.
No,
Yeah,
Dan's
no.
older.
Drummer Dan
Really?
is older.
Drummer
He's
Dan,
got me
yeah.
by a year.
Really?
Yeah, like no, I played in a band back then called Friday Night Arson. We're like a post-hardcore, like basically like a southern version of A Day to Remember, except not nearly as good.
It's like the hiccup version of it.
Yeah, like it was cool, man. Had a lot of fun. We did like a little bit of like touring. We made it up to Detroit and back.
Oh, there you go.
And you'd think Detroit would be the worst city I've ever played in. Nah, Detroit was great.
Right.
You played in
Toledo, Ohio,
Wichita?
though. Toledo, Ohio sucked.
Toledo,
Toledo,
guys.
Ohio was the worst. Like we ended up in some like biker meth head
Oh,
Nazi
crap.
bar. It was awful. I'd never want to go back there again.
Like every other person you see's got a swastika on.
Yeah,
but-
pretty much. Like there were Atreyu stickers all over the walls. It was horrible.
No, we just keep coming back to Atreyu.
Yeah, man. Eventually, like all good things come to an end. Called it quits, and then I stopped playing around the time I was 23, as my parents both passed, and that's why I just quit like entirely.
Like kind of got into a funk.
Yeah, like I didn't want to play anything. I sold all my stuff. And then basically 2 years ago, right before Adam hit me up, like literally a month before Adam hit me up, I bought a guitar just randomly from an old friend of mine for $40. Started jamming again, and
Yeah. There you go.
here we-
Timing.
Yeah, man.
I mean,
But we're the best ones.
Oh, yes, yes.
Okay. Just making sure.
it's almost like destiny in a way, because the way Angel and I got together, my band recently broke up like not even a month before he hit me up, and
nice.
that's when he invited me to come and try out for what is now 1330.
And then you brought Eric along. and that
Yeah, I
worked
brought
out
Eric
wonderfully.
along, even though he had a guitarist lined up to try out the same day.
Did we? I know we had Efren, but he went to the military.
Yeah, we had him, and we were gonna have him come try out, but he said that he was bringing along a guy, so we didn't
Yeah.
let him try out, and I told Efren to stay home. But
Yeah,
you mentioned touring, so I want to ask
Yes.
you next Saturday your show.
Yeah. So yeah, this is our first show as a band. Pretty stoked about it. We're opening for Revisionist. If you guys don't know who they are, like, wake up. Like they're it. Like I've known their guitar player Josh for over 10 years at this point, I think.
Josh is dope, dude.
Yeah, he's a cool guy, man. He's done it all. Like he's got, I don't know, man. Like there's just something about that band. Like they're, like it's hard to not sound like a little fan about it.
I mean,
I love them though. Like they're good, man.
I think the best part is how Eric had no idea who we were.
Yeah, Eric didn't know who we were.
He's like-
They invited us to like a video shoot for them, and he's
Yeah.
just like, oh yeah, Josh invited a couple extras. Didn't know we were opening for them. Like,
Eric
Whatever.
walks over
Who are
and
these guys?
he's like, who, yeah, he straight up, he's like, who are these guys? And Josh is like, these are the guys that we're playing with.
Yeah.
A tour box, man.
Like,
when was that at?
This was at their video shoot
One
for yeah, so like we were at their video shoot for their next single that's coming out at Lizzie's Gentlemen's Club.
It was at Lizzie's Gentleman's
It was
Club.
unfortunately there were no strippers present. Dang.
Nate, what are you doing, man?
I know, he scared him away. Like,
I told them that Dan couldn't come because he'd walk in and they'd think he was one of the strippers.
Oh, really?
Oh, it's like
Just let down
ladies'
my
night.
hair.
But
I just
he
get
showed up
mistaken
anyway.
all the time.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Like Max didn't even know it was at a gentleman's club until like Nathan ran into him like literally like
Yeah,
20
I ran
minutes before he
into
was
him.
supposed to
I
be
went
there.
to Midwest like half an hour before the shoot, and I was like, "You guys got a shoot today, right?" And he's like,
Yeah.
"Yeah, I'm gonna head over there on my break." I was like, "Did they tell you where it's at?" And he's like, "No, where is it?" I was like, "It's at Lizzie's Gentleman's Club." And him and he starts laughing. I was like, yeah, and Josh tricked us into it a little bit because he asked us, waited for us to agree to go, and then told us where it was. And he was like, yeah, that sounds like Josh.
I would have gone no matter what.
Yeah, I mean, just hang out with the boys for a few hours, like,
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah, there you go.
So yeah, man. So like, it's pretty funny because like Eric didn't know who we were at all, but like Max knew who we were. Their drummer Josh also knew who we were. So like,
Everyone but Eric. knew.
Yeah.
And what's funny is Eric had friended me on
vocalist,
Facebook.
dude, am I right?
He had
Like-
friended me on Facebook just a few days before.
yeah, they're really cool guys though. Like, I mean, if you guys can just get a chance to come out to the show, like,
Yeah.
that's it's gonna be sick, man.
We're definitely coming.
And My Own Funeral
My
is
girl's
also
gonna kick it
playing.
with us. They're gonna
Yeah.
crush it.
Like I don't think they have any like full length like songs out yet. But like
There's some
the-
clips.
I
on
couldn't
Facebook
find
of
the-
it.
any.
Yeah, the clips they have up though, like their set's gonna crush.
They just released something a couple days ago, I think, like a little
Yeah,
30-second clip
little-
on Facebook.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, my
Awesome.
funeral's gonna crush it.
So what are some of you guys' inspirations for wanting to play and for the band? We
Like-
all know what Nate's gonna say, so
Yeah. So go for it.
Go for it, Nate.
What's
Go on,
what's
yeah.
your inspiration?
My inspiration for music,
yes, obviously like the Wiggles, and
The
I can
Man,
tell that.
I love
Backstreet
the Wiggles. The
Boys.
Wiggles are it for me, dude. All my guitar playing is inspired by the Wiggles. I'm telling you.
Do you have
Six
the choreography
shreds.
down as well?
Yes.
Like,
No.
whatever that band from
Solid.
Lazy Town is.
Yes.
Lazy Town.
Robbie Rotten's the boy.
Robbie
Yeah.
Rotten is my idol, man. Call him Robbie
Rip, rip.
Rock.
All right, but like
On
for
a
real,
serious note,
Yes.
I think it's gonna sound cheesy, but a very big inspiration for me is Sinister Gates and Zachy Vengeance.
What? You don't say. Wow.
Zachy Vengeance is actually my favorite guitar player. Shocker.
I would
know.
not have guessed.
Who is your most influential band?
It changes, honestly. Lately, I've been listening to a crap ton of Attila.
Oh, yeah.
Attila, Wage War. Not genuinely. I've been listening to
No.
them a lot.
Is it the running joke in the band is that like we unironically listen to Attila?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah. I've been listening to a lot of Attila, Hatebreed, Slaughter to Prevail. I don't know. I've been getting into a lot of more metalcore and deathcore since joining this band.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
And the weirdest, definitely, I think that you listen to has to be Poppy.
I do listen to a lot of
Oh,
Poppy.
Poppy is
Say-
amazing.
he loves Poppy. Okay.
She's
love
so weird.
Poppy.
I got
You're
Damien into Poppy.
Like, I'll listen to some baby metal, but like Poppy, I just don't get
He
it.
had
Oh,
never
Poppy.
heard Poppy, and I played Poppy for him, and now he's obsessed. Okay, that's all I'm saying.
Poppy is so great. You don't even your minds can't even wrap around the greatness.
Like she goes from that cute adorableness to I'll slit your throat.
It's time to die.
I first started listening to her as kind of like a oh yeah, no, this is just
a
like
meme.
oh yeah, it's a meme at that point.
And then it's like, I
and
can't
then
stop listening to this. Why?
It literally just started turning into like oh no, now it's on a playlist. Oh no.
It's like,
Dude, I just gave in instantly. I was like, this is dope. I
It's-
need to
it's-
listen to this more.
She's great.
Kyle doesn't care for Poppy, but he does listen to some Ghostman.
Yeah, I like some Ghost Man. Yeah.
I've been listening to Kim Dracula a lot as well. Well, he's kind of metal related. He does those screams. I've been listening to a lot of Kim Dracula. I don't know what he inspires in my playing, but he inspires something.
What about you, Dan? Biggest influence?
Biggest influence? I don't know. I've never like
Oh, just
Coming-
say it. Just say
okay,
it.
calm down.
Just-
Justin Bieber.
Yes. Actually, Justin Bieber is my top. I strive to be him. I have the hair. I just got to work on my swoop.
Oh yeah.
yeah, there you go.
So I've never been like too much like in the past. I've always centered with modern kind of music as kind of my influences, which I know they pull from the past, but I've always centered around modern, especially since I've only kind of gotten into metal a few years ago. So it's kind of like just a natural thing to be kind of influenced by modern metal.
There you go.
So
How long did you listen to metal before joining Hourglass?
Oh well, it's definitely been a few years, so I definitely
Okay.
had.
Okay,
Okay.
so
But,
you're
like-
not like a metal virgin.
No,
Okay.
no.
Well,
Okay.
okay. So our drummer,
Yeah.
he is.
He is a metal virgin.
He was a pop punk, just
Oh.
straight punk rock drummer.
He learned
forever.
double kick just for the band.
Yeah, he played in a pop punk band called Kill It With Fire. That like, I think they're pretty good. like,
No,
like
Kill It
I'm
With Fire,
actually
God.
sad that they like they're not together anymore. Like he had a sick mohawk in that band too. Like,
There you go.
Dude, his mohawk was everything.
Yeah.
I mean,
They're-
if you really look at it, a mohawk can really go with any genre, short of a few.
yeah.
An
Sorry
opera
about the
singer.
background noises.
just tell him the truth, man. Your biggest influence is Asking Alexandria.
There you go. Danny Warsnop.
Asking Alexandria,
Hey,
I like Memphis Mayfire. Those are kind of always been my go-to whenever I'm like I can turn them on in any mood and
Oh,
just
yeah.
jam out for
Oh, yeah.
any of their
There you
albums,
go.
even though now their newer stuff may not be reflecting on their old stuff, but I can still.
New Asking is kind of more like poppy and
It's
like
more like soccer mom
technologically-
radio.
yes.
It's a lot softer than their older stuff, but
Yeah,
it's
it went from like final episode to
Yeah.
what every soccer mom listens to on
You
the
know,
way
as
to
long as that band is still getting absolutely smashed and just snorting an 8-ball a day, like
as long as they go hard, that's all that matters.
All I'm saying is we were jamming some
about
Askin
you,
on the way
Kyle?
back from Manhattan,
Oh,
and Dan
for
was
sure.
going at it on
Oh,
those
yeah.
vocals.
I just love best album, Reckless and Relentless. I'll take that to my grave. I'll fight anyone.
There you go.
I believe they have like great songs from every album, and I really wish they would just come out with like a best of album and with just all those songs on it.
Yeah, like
How
the
Because like you can
Number
take a
one. It can't be
prophecy in the
that
final
long,
episode and whatnot,
yeah,
and then you can take like Into the Fire and Moving On and all those, and just like
put him on like the best of Asking album.
right.
You can.
And Ben Bruce, if you're watching this, you call me. We can do a collaboration. But
One
anyways,
can dream.
what about you, Kyle?
I mean the obvious one, and like he's staring at me.
I'm waiting.
It's
I'm waiting
it's
for it.
Architects.
Yeah.
What?
Modern metal musician likes Architects. Crazy.
I never
Um,
would have known.
Like I'm
like
also
Led Zeppelin.
Yeah.
like I'm also like really into like bands like Periphery and
Dude, Periphery.
like After the Burial, anything before Dig Deep. I'm not super into Dig Deep, but I listen to like a lot of deathcore. Like Suicide Silence was always my jam. Like when the Cleansing came out, I'm just like, what is this amazing new Chuggy McChug music
Chuggy McChug.
that's just destroying my anus right now.
There you go.
Like it was absolutely brutal. And then like I discovered like Whitechapel from there, and like Winds of Plague, and I still have like Winds of Plague's like one of my like top 5 to this day.
Funny
But
story.
like, but before all that though, before I discovered any of those bands, my biggest influence was Disturbed.
Oh, there
Nice.
you go.
David Draymond is I
The
wish he would adopt
Baddest ass Jew in the world.
Yes, he is. He's amazing. So like I was really into Disturbed and
So David
Mud-
Draymond, if you're
Mud-
listening,
love Mud-
What's your best ooh wah ah ah?
Oh, my best. Ooh,
Yeah,
you want me to do
yeah.
my best? Ooh, wah,
I want to hear you.
oh,
There you go.
Damn.
That's actually
All
pretty
right.
good.
So
alright.
okay, so the when I first started doing vocals,
Can we
it
put that in
was
Ruthless?
it was we were doing a lot of cover songs, and we covered Down with the Sickness.
Oh, nice.
So
So you
yeah.
kind of had to get good at the
Yeah,
ooh,
and then like the
ah.
first like heavy band, quote unquote heavy band I discovered was Lamb of God.
Hmm.
Hey, Lamb of God's dope.
Like when like Sacrament like had just come out, and my 18-year-old brain couldn't handle it. I mean, it is what it is, man. And then like from there, like people like turned me on to like Meshuggah, and I became a bit of a genty boy for a little while.
You know,
There
so
you
he
go.
does gent.
I do gent.
Do you know who you may like? You should check out Poppy.
Poppy?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. You mean that?
Lyrics, brutal lyrics.
It's time to die.
But like,
I'm just saying.
like-
It's like death metal meets Billie Eilish.
like
You're not
more
wrong.
more recently though, like I've just been like getting into like a bunch of like alternative stuff. Like he was saying before, like I listen to Ghostman now. Like I was like, yeah, whatever, Ghostman. And then like what was that song? I think it's called Venom.
By
song.
Eminem?
No.
By Eminem.
By Eminem.
Yeah. Eminem.
No, I'm pretty sure it might be. I don't know. It's one of these
Okay.
Ghostman songs. I was just like, okay, I'm kind of in here. And then recently, Dan showed me this band, Don Broco,
Oh yeah.
and I'm like obsessed right now.
Are you?
Yeah, dude.
Oh, dude,
it's-
they're fucking.
They're so good.
Great. They're great.
If you guys have never heard this band, Don Broco, I think they're from Germany.
No.
Where are they from?
Britain. I
Britain?
believe.
I don't care where
Now
they're
we
from.
just
They're
gotta
amazing.
get him to
The
listen to
only
the
band
chorus.
I know of that's from Germany that's even within that metal range is Rammstein.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
There's
I feel like
there's
that's
a lot
the,
of good German bands.
That's like the
Yeah.
staple for
This-
German metal.
yeah.
Like check Landmarks. Like we just discovered Landmarks recently. Those guys go hard. Yeah.
What are your guys' opinions on Avatar?
Oh, I love Avatar.
Yeah.
Dude, they're
Avatar is my favorite metal band at the moment.
Oh yeah, they're
and then there's Ice Nine Kills.
They're like
Yes.
they're like my favorite band from Sweden at this stage.
Can you name another band from Sweden?
I was about to say Opeth. I was about to say Opeth, but they're from Norway. So
All right, so kind of a two-parter question.
I guess Mayhem. No, Mayhem's also from Norway.
Can I stop you right there?
Oops.
though?
Yep.
I actually do want to ask a surprise question. What is your guilty pleasure band? Not metal related. What's your guilty pleasure band?
Honestly, I listen to like Britney Spears, but like unironically, like, but I let people know that. Like, I literally, I don't, I don't really.
I
have
could
one.
tell that was one of your.
Yeah, like,
Those
Toxic is
stinty riffs.
great. You know?
Yes.
You guys should do like a metal, like pop goes punk cover of Toxic.
It's great. Oh, I
Kyle,
love
do you
it.
have any guilty
It's been
pleasures?
done. What guilty pleasures?
Yeah.
So I am really into the band Dr. Acula.
Hmm.
So especially like their really old, like very crappy recorded grindcore stuff. Like where like their lyrics are like, all your shorts are brown and green. Breathe, breathe, breathe.
That's
Damn,
genuinely
that
how
is
the song
genius.
goes.
That's generally how the song goes. And
I think
and
Dan
It's
started
freaking
drummer-
genius.
yeah, no, drummer Dan also shares this sentiment with me. Like we both like love that like crappy like old grindcore.
I heard it for the first time through Drummer Dan, and I was digging it.
Sounds like a bad night at Taco Bell.
yeah.
I think that's actually the song title.
No, I was the Shocker on Shock Street. All their old songs are named after Goosebumps books.
What about you, Nate?
To be honest, I really don't have any guilty pleasures. I listen to
That's
a lot
a
of
lie.
stuff that's I listen to a lot of stuff that's not metal related. But
Those
I'm
are
not
guilty
up-
pleasures.
Well, but the thing is, I'm not ashamed
His-
of it. I don't hide it. I will
His
openly
real
say
guilty
it.
pleasures is
Okay,
Figure
okay.
Death
Then,
Punch.
then
Nickelback.
what's one of the band or what's one of the artists that you listen to?
That's not metal.
That's
Not
not metal.
metal artists that you listen
At
to.
all.
Someone with like no relation to metal.
The Wiggles.
Yes, I do listen to the. I like VeggieTales a lot.
Yeah.
Rick Ross, dude. I love Rick Ross.
Shoot, I don't know. I listen to some rap, but a lot of the rappers are metal influenced. So I don't know if any of those count.
A lot of rappers are metal influenced,
Yeah,
but
you
they don't
listen
do
to
metal.
MGK, yeah.
It's
MGK
hard,
went
and
rock.
it takes
Ah,
time.
you liked him before that. Don't lie.
I did. MGK, Post Malone.
If anyone
freaking
here
Kim
listens
Dracula,
to Corpse, it's Corpse is like
Corpse
if
screams
you
in his
put-
songs though.
yeah,
me like you hate
Yes.
me, but you love me.
Let's not
You
finish
like to
those
choke
lyrics.
Me, but you
I
choke
think
me.
I'm literally the only one out of us three that like didn't buy into the hype of that song.
But if you
I-
listen to Corpse,
I
if
love
you
it for
put,
the
like,
meme, dude.
Okay,
Like the
that's
memes
It's
fine.
all
Yeah.
over TikTok, man.
Oh, 100%.
I don't-
If you listen to that song and you imagine not like a hip hop beat behind it, but more of a death metal beat, it would work.
Well,
Well,
it's because he's doing alt rap. I mean, that's all it is.
Corpse
man.
kind of has a goth influence.
Yeah,
If
yeah.
you see his style of his like character,
Yeah.
and he does.
I mean, that
scream in
song's
his
literally
songs.
called "E-Girls Are Ruining My Life."
I mean,
Yes.
aren't they though? Aren't
Dude,
they?
girls are where it's at, man.
Yeah.
He screams in his songs too. Like,
I know.
dude's got some goth influence.
And if you haven't noticed, in E-Girls Are Ruining My Life, he mentions at least 3 animes.
Like,
Death
let's
Death Note.
let's be real. When he says "e-girls ruining my life," he means
Naruto.
Belle Delphine's ruining my life.
Dude, there are stories in this band. Okay.
No, we're not gonna go. We're not going
Yeah.
there right
We're
now.
not going to, but there are
Yeah,
All
stories.
right, all right.
Let's move on.
So
I feel
we'll
like that's
end
good.
on a two-parter question. Number one, where do you guys plan on taking this band? And number two, tell us about the EP or the album.
Well, when I first brought up space, they didn't like that idea.
Oh, what the hell?
I can't breathe up there. Sound waves don't travel either, dude.
That's why you put embedded mics in your helmets, and then you can like listen to each other play.
Exactly. See, yeah.
This
So
is insanity.
so they didn't like that idea, but
Well, I mean, there's always Antarctica. I mean, Metallica even did that.
I mean, Gwarsh from Antarctica, so like that's amazing.
Well, I mean, if you're gonna go to Antarctica and be a metal artist, you might as well go like in board shorts and a tank top.
Yeah, let's do it. All right, but for real,
As far as we can, dude.
as
Yeah.
far as you can,
Like
that's a
we
good
we have
answer.
we have plans. It's just a matter of executing. And honestly, man, we just really hope that people dig our stuff.
I mean that kind of helps sometimes.
Ultimately,
Fans
like,
usually.
ultimately, like my end game goal with this band is if I can just like touch one person's life in a positive way, like whether it just makes their day better. Like I don't know, like when people like always talk about like, oh, this band saved my life.
We were literally
Yeah,
talking
we
about
were
that over a
talking
game of
about
pool
that.
a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
We were over at Club Billiards, and we were like, I don't
Like,
want
man, I
someone
sat
to
down, I was
bring
like,
their
"Well, you wanna
razor blade
take
to
this
me
band."
and say, you saved my life. I want someone to say, you changed my life.
I want someone
the
to bring their
better. Yeah.
smile and
Yeah, like exactly. Like I just want to make a positive impact on someone somewhere.
There you go.
Like I want to
And-
leave the world better than like where I left it.
I want to make
That's
Joey's,
perfect.
Where I found it, you know
I want
what
to
I
make
mean?
Joey's day better.
and that's
Joey from
perfect
California.
because
Joey
most
from
people
California. Joey from
most people
California.
listen to like heavy metal and death metal and they're like, oh, you must be Satanists, and like
Yeah.
that's a perfect answer for that question from
Like-
someone in a metal band.
Like
No,
when
seriously, though.
like the defeatist mentality, like among like a lot of like metal genres and like punk genres, like especially.
Yeah.
Like it's just so prevalent and it's just like unnecessary. Like why hate yourself? Why hate everything around you? Like that doesn't make sense to just like talk down on yourself.
Right, and if you listen,
I don't get it.
if you listen to something like Black Veil Bride's Legacy, they talk a lot
Mhm.
about that in that song.
Yeah.
Dude, like I understand writing angry songs because sometimes, I believe every band should have at least 10 angry songs.
Have you heard
Yeah.
Ruthless?
That way, somebody
Yeah.
can get really pissed off and listen to your music and relate to that.
Like
Yeah.
it makes you
Like,
feel something. Like I
writing
like
mood
relatable
music.
music.
like one of my favorite bands is Hatebreed, right? Like
Mhm.
and it's because like if you listen to Hatebreed lyrics, everything's about empowerment.
Mhm.
It's really funny because
Like-
their name's Hatebreed and then they're super positive.
Yeah. But I mean, like anger is a good way to like
Yeah.
out those emotions.
I mean,
in
how-
yourself, like it's really empowering to just get pissed off, go to a show,
Yeah.
rage in the pit with your friends.
Yeah, I was gonna say, if
Like-
there's no angry songs in the world, then how the heck are you gonna start a mosh?
Exactly.
People mosh at rap shows, dude. It's wild.
And it's
Yeah,
like,
sometimes, yeah.
but it's like,
People mosh to the national anthem.
heavy songs. It's like heavy songs that are like angry songs, and then there's like those ones that you can really relate to and whatnot.
Yeah.
And so
Like our single that's coming out this week, Ruthless, like it is an angry song.
But it's
is-
not aimed at anyone.
It's not aimed at it's aimed at a specific specific personality type.
Like that stereotype in the office kind of thing.
Yeah, because we asked Adam who that was about, and he straight up was like, "Dude, it's not about anyone.
It's
I
not
just
about
wrote it."
So like the song is about like the type of person who doesn't want to do anything with their lives. Like the lyrics in the chorus are like useless, worthless, an effing waste of space.
Freaking waste of space.
A freaking waste of space. Of course, the language is a little more colorful than that. And basically, it's us challenging that kind of a person to step up, take the challenge, make something of themselves. I mean, I'm probably sounding a little preachy here, but like,
Well, I mean, isn't that the goal?
Yeah, that's
though?
like-
the end goal for pretty much like even 1330 is the same way. Pretty
Mhm.
much, we want to make an impact.
yeah, exactly. Like, don't waste your life being a piece of shit. Basically, is the message
Yeah.
of the song.
it's like I hate those people who are perfectly fine working a 9-to-5 job all of their lives making minimum wage, and it's like I'm out here
Yeah.
actually trying to make something of
life's
myself.
life's here for you to live it, man.
Yeah,
It's
right
not-
now I think most of us are trying to do both, and it sucks because you're trying to make a living and you're trying to get this band started that you're working so hard for, and trying to make that impact. But in order to make that impact, you need to make bands.
Like you have to work around everyone else's schedule with it.
Or,
and
like,
it's-
yeah, and, like people don't realize like being in an active band it's a lot of hard work.
Yeah,
It's not as glamorous.
It's not-
as people think.
There's
it is.
nothing
No.
glamorous about it.
Yeah.
it's like
yeah,
working
I
a
get
second job.
I get to hang out with my friends like a few
I mean,
hours
it's a-
at a, you know,
It's
we,
a dope job.
That's
but
great,
It's like
yeah.
it's tough.
Yeah, people don't understand
They-
how tough it is. Like, oh, you pick up a guitar and you play it. It's like, no, I have to be able to pick up a guitar, play it, make sure it sounds nothing like anything everybody else is writing, or else
Yeah.
I'm going to be told that I'm copying them.
Like our
Like, it's
Yeah.
so
Best
hard to
original.
write an original song
yeah, it is. Yeah.
nowadays because it's like, you know, it's
It's already been
2021.
done
So
before.
many different bands have probably written the same exact riff, just in a different format.
No, trust me. After about 6 hours of putting up with my crap, Dan absolutely just wants to murder me.
I
most
mean,
of the time.
that's how he feels about me most of the time.
Yeah.
But that's
Yeah.
So, can you tell us anything about the album or E EP?
Currently we
it'll
have 5 songs.
It'll have songs on it.
It'll have songs on it.
And
Christmas
not-
songs?
Yes.
Well, you know.
Release
If
them in
you guys-
July.
we're not above releasing a Christmas song. But
if you guys
Jacob Black.
if you guys can release a death metal like metal goes Christmas, that would be awesome.
Dude, let me tell you something. Alex Terrible laid the groundwork
Dude,
with,
that
with
Alex
his with
Terrible
his cover of All I Want for Christmas Is You, and it is
Dude, that
fantastic.
Alex Terrible cover was
I
beautiful.
love Alex Terrible. Now, so as far as the EP goes, right now it is called Confessions. I'm not sure exactly when it'll be out. We're still working on
All the details.
Do you have album artwork for it, or
not yet. And if we do, that's all going to be kept pretty close to the chest until we're ready to.
Yeah.
There you go.
I figured that one. Yeah.
Yeah.
We keep things quiet because
It's-
we change our minds a lot.
Yeah,
We get
it's,
bored.
It's probably gonna end
Yeah.
up being 6 songs, like 5 actual songs, and then like there's an interlude piece
Yeah.
that we're gonna compose for it.
Kind of like an overture kind of thing.
Yeah. So
That's awesome.
we have plans for it. When exactly it's gonna go down? I mean, it costs money.
Yeah.
So
Hopefully
I mean,
before the end of the year.
hopefully. So like, yeah, I mean, come out to the shows, show us some love. Like, we're gonna have merch sooner rather than later. You know, come buy a T-shirt, buy a wristband, whatever, man. Just
Merch is getting
even,
close to ready.
yeah, we're getting there.
That's what I keep saying about our merch, but I still have not talked to the t-shirt guy yet. I'll talk to him tomorrow.
No, what we're slacking on is Dan's drum head.
Oh, it's almost done. I didn't show you the picture yet.
Yeah.
It's almost done. It's half
It's
half
good.
done. It looks really
also
good.
looks really good.
Yeah, man. So like, it's pretty killer. Like all of our songs right now are pretty.
Oh, yeah.
We think they're good.
I don't think
Well-
there's any that I don't like, honestly.
The thing though is, if you have a song that you haven't released yet and you think they're good, then more likely than not, your fans will also think
Hopefully. Like we do have a second single scheduled for release February 14th, Valentine's Day.
And it's a breakup song.
It is a breakup song. The song is called White Noise.
White boys.
White Boy.
That's your boy band name.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yes, I mean keep the lookout for that, man. We're gonna do our best to go where we want to be. You know?
Yeah. It's just harder because everything moves so fast. We want to make sure everything is actually right the first time.
Yeah.
Instead of having to go back
Yeah,
and
like
redo
when
stuff.
in the studio recording these 2 singles, like miraculously we were out of there after only 8 hours.
We got everything completely
Wow.
done in 8
yeah,
hours.
like it it was insane.
We booked
Like,
two 12-hour days.
Yeah, we booked two 12-hour days, used 8 hours, and then we just got to like hang out in Manhattan.
Which is probably good because I think Dustin was getting sick of it.
Oh, 100%.
But we did rub off on him.
Like
I think.
he was starting to enjoy our company a little bit towards the end, I think.
Yeah.
I think he finally started to put up with our stupid jokes.
He understands our dumb humor at that point. So
I maybe saw
How
a
long
chuckle.
how long did Ruthless take to write and whatever?
To write?
Yeah.
That's all Dan.
yeah, that song
Dan wrote that song.
is 100% Dan.
Honestly, I don't even remember too much of writing it. It just kind of like it all came from just a single riff that like Kyle and I worked on,
Yeah.
and it just kind of like it started off
It
with it,
became
and then,
not that riff.
and then it just didn't become a riff, and I just kind of just wrote that song from
yeah,
it.
here's the
And-
timeline of events. I
Yeah.
went to his house. We worked on this riff. A week later, he sends me a demo track.
Yeah.
Of he's like, hey, so like I was working on that song, and this came out instead. I was like, okay.
So I have a really bad habit of trying to write a song and then coming up with just another idea and just fully fleshing that one out.
Dude,
And
like
then it's
for
just
real.
like I can't go back to that one because now I'm working.
The problem
on this,
is-
like
and then-
any musician will understand that.
The
And
problem
then,
is
like,
Dan's the one with the recording equipment, so he has way
Yeah.
too much power at his
I
fingertips.
just record everything on my like cell phone.
Yeah.
I just like put it next to my amp, guys. Check out this sick riff, guys.
dude, legit.
I'm
That's what I
actually
do.
glad Angel didn't do that same thing with the original that we showed you guys earlier, because if I say, hey, let's show him the original, and I play the actual original tabs for the song, and he plays something completely different, it's gonna sound like crap.
That happened a couple days ago. We were at practice, and I started playing Kyle's riff, and he's like, no, it's completely different now. And I was like, dang it.
Yeah.
I just learned this.
Yeah, when it gets into that type of like workshop space, it changes so much from the beginning to the final product.
Yeah, and I think that kind of plays into the whole a band is not just hanging out with your friends, chilling kind of thing.
No,
it's actually hard
It's really
work.
not, yeah.
Not only are you making sure that everything sounds good, but you also have to make sure everyone else is on board with what you're doing too.
Yeah, and we have a lot of like discussion times. Like we try to like always try to
Like band
talk.
meetings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like to say, like, we're all here for the same thing.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
we need to talk it out, put everything out there on the table.
Make sure
everyone's-
there's no like overhanging like beef or anything.
Yeah.
I think discussion time is the most stressful time for Adam because he's trying to say something and we all say really stupid stuff.
Yeah, no, that does happen.
He
We
just wants to stab himself.
Adam has a hard time with us sometimes.
100%.
Oh, yeah.
100%.
We have ADHD. Like,
yeah, our like, and that's the thing. Like, yeah, we try to discuss one thing and then it leads into 8 different
Yeah.
things. Then like, wait, what were we talking about?
I think before leaving for Manhattan, it took us 40 minutes to figure out our game plan because we were like, okay, so we're gonna do this, and then something came up, and then it just.
So in your writing process, do you write lyrics first or music first?
We always
And
write
who
the
writes the
guitars
lyrics?
first.
Adam, he usually has a good draft that he kind of does sends to the band, and then we kind of like
Yeah.
we all try to give a little bit of input there just to make sure things go smoothly.
I think we
but-
start with guitars, and then we
Yeah.
add bass,
Most-
and then whatever the
like-
guitar is, we show to Dan. Dan starts messing around on the drums. We show it to Adam.
What do you guys do when you have like writer's block? What do you do to try and clear your heads?
I know for me, like it's a lot of different things. It's
Try to narrow it down to like 2 or 3.
sometimes it's just like stepping away and doing like anything else. Like sometimes I clean, but I'm not gonna lie. Most of the times it's video games.
Clean
There
pipes.
you go.
Hey, a lot of bands actually use video games to clear their heads, though. Like, that's a real thing.
Yeah,
Sometimes I use movies.
So are we all
Yeah.
just
Work
gonna
too.
hop on COD later?
Like personally, like
We only
I'll
get
just like binge watch some random TV show that I've seen like 30, like the entire thing like 30 times. Like
Your comfort show.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you
Do
go.
you guys ever watch like a TV show or something, like a horror movie or something, and be like, dude, I should write a song about this?
Yeah,
I
like Ice
have
Nine
done
Kills
that.
did
Yeah,
with a
the
lot
last
of the.
album.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But,
I like trying to capture, like, if I ever am watching something like a movie, TV show, or anything, and I have like a specific emotion from that, I'll be like, that's a cool kind of way to approach a song, you know, try to
Yeah.
get that feeling and then write.
There
You know,
you
it
go.
doesn't have to be about the show or anything like
You
that.
kind of gotta
Just that
be in
feeling.
that like mindset. Kind of.
I think
Yeah,
we in the band have discussed and have at least one rule that I'm not allowed to write lyrics or guitar when I'm pissed off. Because we get like
Yeah,
something super
it's
jinky
gonna
and
sound-
Slipknotty
It's gonna sound more like something like Dying Fetus.
in a rock band.
See, all right. So here's the thing. If I'm in a bad mood, I always write very happy songs. If I'm in a good mood, I write the most brutal stuff that we have.
So you're kind of like the border opposite.
Yeah, like my brain don't work right.
you gotta
so-
switch them Mars around. Boy.
So like if I'm in a really good mood, I'll just write absolutely just crushing breakdowns mostly.
Mhm.
Like I'm the breakdown guy.
there you
So
go.
hold up.
But whatever. Like he'll just text me. He's like, it's just breakdown, just chug, chicky chug. I'm just like, and what's funny is he'll like text me just random like chugs, and I'll go, oh, you mean this, and I'll play like, and it usually sounds pretty dope.
There you go.
So what mood were you in when you wrote a song about a car wreck, Kyle?
Oh,
the
boy.
car.
I was in a car wreck.
Okay, so that song. So
You wrote
the
a song
song.
that
The song's
simulated car
called
wreck.
called Buckshot, and the intention behind the song was to sound like the emotions that you go through, like before, during, and after getting into a wreck where someone that you love dies. And let me tell you something. I was really depressed when I did that.
Aside from the
So-
dying part, I know exactly how that feels.
It turned into
Yeah.
a wonderful song.
It's a cool song.
Buckshot is dope.
Buckshot's a cool song.
I didn't like it at first.
Yeah, he hated it at first. Like,
Well, it hurts your thumb, man.
It does.
I-
I'm used to it now.
I picked
I'm
I
used to
picked the most jank chord because I wanted to hurt them.
It's the tears
Like,
don't
I-
fall chord,
Yeah, like,
Oh,
I just
really?
but
it's
in
just
different
this,
spots on the fretboard.
yeah. So like it's just this jank chord. It's very fast verse riff.
Yes.
With this the chorus that uses that shape and just moves around, and then
So our fingers are like this.
yeah,
Like you gotta get
With our
those
thumb
like
pressed
Yeah,
up
tears
against-
don't fall.
wish finger spreaders.
yeah.
With our thumb pressed against the fretboard.
Oh,
Yeah.
no, just like your
And then
hand
there's-
looks like a spider.
Yeah.
There's like a
No,
more
that's white
a more
noise.
modern like bouncy riff that just follows the pattern of the verse in there. That's just pretty cool. And then just the most disgusting breakdown
It's a
at the end that I enjoy playing because we just get to do the dumbest like headbang patterns to it.
Yeah.
Because it's just because like it's like what is this like 165 tempo?
Let me see the amount of times.
155, and then like for the breakdown, just like all right, guys,
The amount of times
we're going down to
we've
110 for
nearly-
this.
The amount of times we've nearly fallen on each other during that breakdown.
Yeah, that's true.
That's like
It's
Through the
fun.
Fire and the Flames tempo. 150 is what they play
Yeah.
that at.
Yeah. So like, yeah, that song. I was actually very 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 depressed when I wrote that.
It turned into something beautiful, Kyle.
It turned into something cool. Dan hated it at first. Like I could tell like Adam wasn't necessarily feeling it at
It's
first
funny
either.
because most people weren't feeling it at first. Then the more we played it, everyone's just like,
Yeah, the more I hammered it down everyone's throat, and I'm just like, this is like Norma Jean or Gideon, guys. You don't understand.
You guys don't get it yet. You
You
got to
don't-
see it from
you don't-
my
Yeah.
perspective.
Like, you guys know this band Dillinger Escape Plan? Just listen to that for like a day, and then come back to it.
Now, if
There
you
you
want to
go.
see our fingers do some weird stuff, let's just play
Yeah.
white noise. Our fingers are like,
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I put that was another one I did, and I put just the biggest stretches I could in there for
it's
that.
like,
Oh,
I just
man.
love those chords.
it's like third
that's
fret,
a good, those are
seventh
fun
fret,
chords. So.
They're fun.
Yeah, reach in what? Yeah, 3 to 7, huh?
3 to 7.
3 to
yeah.
7.
Oh
It's like,
man.
that's a fun chord.
Do you play that chord on bass?
No, no.
It's bass.
He plays one note.
You're insane, dude.
Kyle gets out of it easy, guys.
You know, and then
Hey,
and then
don't-
I wrote
yeah.
the most annoying breakdown I could for white noise. As
Dude,
well.
Don't get
the
it wrong.
trouble
though.
I had with that breakdown when I first joined.
Yeah, it took
okay?
him a solid like 2 months before he could play it kind of correctly.
and I can play it just fine now.
Now he plays it fine.
I
but-
tracked that.
After
friggin'
it's released,
breakdown.
I'm gonna learn it.
There you
Dude,
go.
it took me I don't know why. There's so many little changes in there, and it just took me forever. The stupid pattern.
Yeah, it's all patterns. Like once you get the patterns down, it's
Yeah.
not
It
bad.
only took me 2
It's not
months.
Yeah.
I have 2 more questions, and then I'll let him take over. You're fired. Anyway.
This one went off earlier.
Yeah. Anyway, question number 1. What is your gentiest song that you guys play right now?
Our gentiest song. Do we have
Baby
any
by
gentiest
Justin Bieber.
songs?
Technically, failsafe.
Yeah,
We have some staccato picking in there.
Damn.
But-
Yeah,
But I don't know if you would want to label it as
it's not gingy.
gent. You know,
But
like-
it's closer to asking Alexandria than.
But
Yeah.
it's the
Yeah.
gentiest
Yeah.
thing we have.
Yeah.
I mean, the breakdown for White Noise is kind of genty.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Question number 2. If we like any of the songs that you guys play enough, would you mind us covering any of those?
No.
Fuck off. This is my question.
You guys.
All right. How about this? You can buy the rights to cover them from me.
How about this? You can.
Okay,
you can
but how much would that cost?
Here's my wallet, my pants, my shoes, my house, my underwear. Used condom.
That's fantastic. That's fantastic. Just give me some Torchy's tacos.
How about
There you
this?
go.
Like,
They can cover a song, but it has to be Chuggy Chug.
has to be Chuggy Chug.
Yes, they can only
have fun
cover
with
Chuggy
that.
Chug.
We are not covering an Hourglass song until
Why
we find another
not?
guitarist.
Oh yeah, that's
Unless we
true.
can hire Mr. Metal Moa.
You're only allowed to cover
Yeah.
our most difficult songs.
my services.
They think they can afford you.
Also, if you guys think I can drum anything that Dan writes, you guys are insane.
Yeah, you right.
My type of music is very fast. I like trying to stick above like the 170.
Our-
See, that's like when I hired these guys, I was like, yeah, we're gonna be a rock band. I'm trying to incorporate as much metal into that as I possibly can.
Like our slowest song is 120 BPM, even though it's technically 240. We just don't like listening to a click at 240 because it's annoying. So we just half-timed it. Yeah. Yeah.
Just like,
And then, but besides that, like our slowest song is White Noise.
yeah.
I like how we call that our ballad.
I mean, it's close to the ballads we're gonna get
Yeah.
until his new song's done.
So
Oh,
I
yeah.
take it you guys don't like playing under 100 BPM.
I don't think I physically can at this stage in my life.
Yeah.
I would
Even-
like to hear Hourglass like turn Ruthless into an acoustic song and come back like next to me and play it.
Useless.
I-
Worthless.
I always have a running joke because I've already sent the band already like 2 things of me just playing the riffs on the guitars. Or not
Didn't you do
acoustic guitars,
Chuggy Chug on acoustic?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just like playing it everything on an acoustic.
But I want to hear it
It's
acoustically
just
with
fun.
Adam screaming it.
Oh, easy.
100%.
He could just
There
do
you
the
go.
whisper vocals.
I mean, if you look at it this way, Black Veil Brides turned Knives and Pens into an acoustic.
Yeah, but Knives and Pins isn't an entirely screamed song.
Well, all right.
I know.
Knives
so
and Pins
it-
is a lot more melodic. Like, it was easier
like
for them to do.
it was
Motionless in
more-
White does entire acoustic sets. Like they go to like live like radio things and they do
and they
acoustic
don't
sets.
sound that great acoustic.
You know, they're trying.
Yeah, they're trying.
They try.
I mean, I'll give him an A for effort,
have you
but
guys
I'd
gone on
still rather
YouTube?
not hear Reincarnate acoustically.
That was a little
I
odd.
didn't hate it.
Have you guys-
I didn't hate it, but it sounded different.
Yeah.
If you go on YouTube, you can actually see like online shows of Skillet doing their entire set acoustic. with-
Skillet got very soft.
Skillet
okay?
is
Let me
not
tell you
metal.
something about
I know they're not metal, and I know
Skillet
I get
is
it,
more of a
but-
pop band now, alright?
I get it. I'm talking about
I think a lot
Like-
of bands from the early 2000s are more pop bands.
They were good with Clyde and Comatose.
But all right, I think we will end it on that note. Thank you guys for being here. And if you guys want to hear Ruthless, just stick around and we'll play right after we're done. Again, thank you guys for showing up and spending time here with us and letting us know, about you guys and where you guys are intended to go.
Mostly just about me.
Mostly just
My
about
bad.
Kyle.
My
I mean,
bad.
Kyle pretty much
Kyle's
started
like the
band.
Karen of males. But
Excuse me,
Careful,
princess.
careful.
I want to talk to your manager.
Careful. Do you have any
Facts
drywall
proven.
nearby?
That's a funny story.
Like,
Baptized
hey,
in
give me the monster.
Yeah, no.
This drywall's coming down.
It's fine. It's got breathe.
There's a huge hole in Dan's wall right where Kyle stands, and our joke is that Kyle put that hole there.
I know, I was there. But all right, thank you guys for coming, and we'll see you again soon, hopefully.
Thanks for having us, man.
Thanks for having me.
yeah.